Hello everyone, today I bring you a review and analysis of Kyose Haruta with Tayo ga Nemutteru Jikan ni, which is a song from the Hanadol franchise, and Kyose Haruta is a member of Anthos. This is from the solo series The Way I Am. So right now let's check what this song is all about, because I have never checked it and not really heard any preview of it. I really don't know what to expect. It's Toshiki Masuda on vocals, but do not expect him to go with his low vocals because he does not use those with Anthos' songs, so it's really a higher range here. Okay. These are big synths. Those are big atmospheric synths going on in there. You notice how the sound was smaller and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, expands, and you really are within that soundscape. It has that twist, that laid back, loungy twist that is commonly found in Anthos' songs. So it's really a really good start for this song for me. It's so gentle, this song. It's really not what I was expecting. Those scenes dun 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 that are playing in at the top, those add a danceable touch to the song and a really delicate twist to it. Then you have the atmospheric scenes in the background, and they are washing away the sound. But really, so far the song is sounding interesting. Let's see what awaits me. He's purposely adding legato to his performance, which is something that already earns points in my book. I do love a good bit of legato in a performance, and in a song like this that is incredibly simple, you notice that there's not much going on in the background. Every little bit in the voice is a winner. It makes you connect even better to the song. Ooh, that synth. That synth melody. Not the one that was added right now, but the one that was going on alongside Toshiki Masuda's vocals. That is some old school stuff going on in there, and I do like it. It's almost like synth pop, a bit of city pop in here. Ooh. He's grown as a singer, and that part is a good example of that. He almost couldn't pull off head voice, and even doing flourishes on top of that, because he does head voice and adds vibrato there, and goes for a little bit of a falsetto in the end, or starts in head voice and wraps up in falsetto. It's really interesting the way he tackled that part. I need to listen to that again, but I don't know if it is going to repeat itself in the second verse. But so far, a really good performance. I do love the way Toshiki Masuda has been singing in the last couple of years. He has been improving a whole lot. It's worth noticing, he was already really well known for being a musical singer, but the transition from musical singing to traditional singing is not really linear, and it's not really easy for someone that is really used to sing in a dramatic way. For example, the way he sings with Eclipse in the Visual Prison franchise is actually the way is more comfortable with because he's always performed like that for musicals. Right here, it's something completely different. This is a result of his growth as a singer that can now pull off head voice with a little bit of falsetto in the mix and some vibrato right after that, so that's really impressive right off the bat. That's a progressive beat right there. It actually reminds me of EDM in the early noughties, maybe early 10s, and it has that bouncy twist to it. It's not necessarily tropical. It has a bouncy twist to it. It has a really strong bass line going on in there, and the synths are also bassy, so they help that bass sound consolidate and sound even stronger and more intense to your ears. But so far so good. Really, the washy synths come to serve as a contrast to the bass line. Toshiki Masuda's vocals are a bit higher than usual, so they also serve as a contrast to the bass line. I like the way the song slowed down. This is still the chorus, but the song slows down midway through the chorus. I need a moment. Oh my god. So, Toshiki Masuda is bringing the big guns with him for this performance, and there's plenty of falsetto and head voice going on in here. I would say more falsetto than head voice, but he tends to end his head voice in falsetto, so that's basically the same way. It also means that he's really not. It can mean one of two things. Either he's not really comfortable with head voice and he needs to actually turn the end of the head voice into falsetto. It's basically the same thing. The difference is that falsetto is more breathy than the head voice. Both are high notes. Or he either, on the other side, he may have done that intentionally to split that part into both head voice and falsetto. Either way, it sounds so good. I do love that edge that it brings to his performance, because he usually may sound a bit one-dimensional in these performances, and this brings a lot of color to what he is delivering. The instrumental is really, really addictive. I do like those dun 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 synths that are there, because they give off that dreamy vibe to this song. That's a good build up. That's an interesting drop. I was not expecting the song to drop there. I was expecting the drop to come much later into the song. Interesting? He lowered his tone, and now he's comfortable in his baritone range, his usual range, and he's going for those mellow notes, a bit on the bassier sound. Those are not bass sound notes, those are notes that sound bassier. So to say, he lowered a bit his vocals to the point that as a baritone he's sounding really warm and smooth, which is good because this part here sounds like a good intermission to what can be another intense chorus. And he's riffing as well, so what isn't he doing in this song? Really? This is not to criticize, it's actually to commend because Toshiki Masuda usually doesn't deliver performances like this in 2D groups unless the 2D groups focus on him and on having a melodic performance. I don't remember listening anything like this in the Pythagoras production franchise as part of Marginal Number 4. Same thing with Idolish 7, so this is actually new for me to find in 2D music projects. He does these already as a solo artist, but now to find this in 2D music projects is really good. Seeing him delivering more on the vocal end, adding more emotion and adding more dimension to his performances. There are strings there, ta, 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 playing in the background in that part. Really nice accent, little detail that adds so much more depth to the song. But so far, this is really addictive. Really addictive. And dreamy. I'm really weak to that kind of performance. Toshiki Masuda has grown a lot as a singer, and I do appreciate the fact that he is working towards improving even further. He's a perfectionist, so I can understand him really well on that point, and he does have the tools to be a great singer. He just wasn't using them up until recently. So it has been interesting to find him since 2016, almost 2016, him evolving as a singer, and now he can pull off things that you had never ever heard before coming from him. Head voice, falsetto were not two things that you could find in his vocals back then. Vibrato, slightly, but never really anything impressive. Perhaps the songs didn't require that and it really went unnoticed, and he always had that skill to begin with. I reckon he had that skill to begin with because as a musical actor, especially a baritone, if you don't have a vibrato, it will sound weird. So he had that to begin with, but now we can unleash it. And it works pretty well in a song like this that is minimalistic, that has a dreamy vibe, that is gentle and really warm at its core. I did find the song to be pretty enjoyable to listen to. It has a good vibe that I like. I do love loungy songs, and I do love when simplicity is used to highlight the vocals and the vocals really deliver, which is the case. So the song ended up being complemented by the vocals that are really stellar. Simple song, really technical performance, and overall a really enjoyable song for me. So if you guys haven't listened to Kyosei Haruta's Taiyo ga Nemuteru Jikan ni, this is really your time to check it because this song is really, really good. It's available on Spotify to check, so you have that opportunity to check this song for free. And perhaps give a listen to Anthos' songs because Anthos and both, even Lolody, both are from the Hanadol franchise, have exciting songs, really refreshing tunes. Anthos is more on the loungy side, Lolody is more on the epic chamber music side. It's really lyrical and cinematic. It's a really good contrast between both groups. Anthos, from where Kyosei Haruta is a part of, is a group that is more on the loungy, tropical side. You guys have heard my analysis of Anthos' Stay Away, the remix version by Leap, so you have that as well. The music is good across, basically, I would say they barely have songs that I would deem a bit weaker than usual, but overall they have a really robust repertoire that is well worth your attention. And if you like loungy tunes like this one, and if you like good vocals like Masuda's, you do have that with Anthos' songs. This was Kyosei Haruta's Taiyo ga Nemuteru Jikan ni, a song from the solo CD series The Way I Am in the Hanadol franchise. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next entry.